Welcome to Light TV on the week review, measuring on the finance bill and the budget 2024-2025. Welcome. I would just like to start concerning the fuel prices, which have reduced by 3 shillings. That's the petroleum and diesel by 6 shillings. Measuring on the budget 2024-2025, the estimate is 3.9 trillion. While the projected revenue is 3.9 trillion and the deficit, that is 5.9 billion. The key sectors which will go down looking at is the health, education, agriculture, and security, which have received a heavy funding, and also the executive overlook about the executive receiving more of the allocations. In studio today, I'm joined by my panelists, that is Emmanuel Mulindo and Brian Kipkel. Brian Kipkel, a journalist, and Emmanuel Mulindo, an economist. Welcome to our studios.
Thank you so much.
If I may start with the budget 2024-2025 on your views, the way it was read yesterday by the finance CS Njuguna Ndung'u. Brian Kipkel, how did you see it, or what's your views concerning it?
Okay, when it comes to the finance bill, that is 2024-2025, that was read yesterday. According to my own view, and I think from the last weekly review that we had, we were against the bill. We were against the bill because we were saying that it only collected the views of citizens, but it did not take into action whatever they received from them. So according to me, the budget that was released yesterday, it is a budget that is going to pinch every other Kenyan, every other Kenyan, because it is a bill that is going to raise the prices in commodities, and it is going to raise even the expenditure for the basic needs that Kenyans are using. So from my side, it is a bill that is going to bring difficulties. As you can see in social media that so many people are against the bill 2023-2024. That means that the right preparation were not done, or the views were not considered for the Kenyans to now give their views concerning the bill 2024-2025.
Okay. Yeah. To Emmanuel Mulindo, the budget that was read yesterday by Njuguna Ndung'u, the CS Treasury, is it a plus or a minus, or both a plus and a minus?
Just to echo what Mr. Brian has said,
yes,
you'll find that in some field there is a plus, and in some sector there's some negative, whereby you'll find also our normal mwananchi, they're going to struggle. So it's going to even pinch them harder. Yeah.
So measuring, if we just look at the finance bill, because for the government to run, they must look for areas, key areas to finance the budget, because the budget is the way the government is going to run. So measuring on the finance bill, the first thing that I would like to take you through is concerning the taxes, which will be proposed taxes which have not been implemented. And the one which is on trending, that is the 2.5% on cars. Concerning the 2.5, which they have removed the gap, the way it was read yesterday, they have removed the gap of 100,000. Now the minimum is 5,000. So to Brian Kipkel, concerning the 2.5, because there's always import levy, import prices on the car, there's port charges, and there's tax on the car. Increasing another 2.5 to the public sector, to the car sectors, what will it, in turn, what will you get about it?
Actually, that is a negative. That is a negative to the country, because you cannot increase taxes when Kenyans don't have the proper source of income. Because everywhere now taxation is going up. And as you've heard, according to the research which was done, not every Kenyan who is having a car that is paying all these taxes. Maybe you'll be charged taxes when you're buying this car, when you're using petroleum, But not every Kenyan is paying the equal amount of tax that is being paid by any other person, you know. So that is going to bring imbalance when it comes to Kenyans, because you'll find that there are those who will pay more in order to fill the gap that is left by these other Kenyans, you know. So when it comes to the 2.5%, this means that so many people are going to suffer. That is from the beginning of the implementation of this budget, because you'll find that our country, you will not have so much investors that will come in to invest here in Kenya like there before. Why? Because they'll find that from the word go, you know, the vehicle expenditure is going to rise, you know. So you will prefer not having this one, because the tax that you're going to pay. Yesterday I saw that when you're going to export this car, or you're going to buy these cars, you'll find that you'll be paying taxes even double the bill that was there in 2022, you know. So this is a very wrong decision for the government, because you're raising taxes, but Kenyans have no the correct source of income.
To Emmanuel Mulindo, now concerning the 2.5, which they're trying to target the motorists, the transport sector in Kenya, is it fair for the government to introduce 2.5 and also eco levy, and also there will be this road maintenance levy on the side of transport? The eco levy seeks to measure mostly on the environmental conservation. Is it fair for the government to introduce these taxes, and also the economy of Kenya the way it is now? The common person is striving a lot to make sure that at the end of the day there's something at the pocket.
Before I answer your question, I saw in the media the other day, there was a lady complaining saying, kama serikali itaki tuendeshe magari iseme, because they're being taxed each and every day and in every corner. So back to your question. As we started earlier, you see there are some positive in this increment of taxes, and there are also some negative. You see, to my area, if they raise these taxes and they're cleaning the environment, they're trying to do away with the unworthy roads, vehicles. They're trying to shape our roads. That one is a positive side. To me, that one it is okay. But again, also this normal mwananchi, they're being squenched, even their little money they have to cater for these services, as you can see. So it's going to hike the prices of even transportation to another level, you see. So these people, they're going to suffer, and they're going to cry each and every day loud. The government are not doing to them right. So to me, there are some positive and negative.
Okay. Maybe if I can add also on the part of motorists, it will bring a negative. Because to what Mula is saying, it will bring a negative and a positive. To me, I'll rely on the negative side today. Why? Because when it comes to the motorbikes, you will see that these people, the good amount of money that they can get in a day, that is like 2,000 Kenyan shillings. But you'll find that this person is going to refuel their motorbikes even 2 or 3 times a day. That means he will be taxed when it comes to refilling the petrol. He will be taxed when it comes to stage things, and also when he is going to buy these commodities in the supermarkets or in town, he is going to be taxed again. So you'll find that more than 50% of the money that he got is going to be taxed, you know. And I don't know what strategy the government is using to tax these people, because I don't think they are actually working with the right figures. Because the good thing is, when you are about to tax even the motorbikes, first go to the ground, see whatever they are getting, the problems that they are having, you know. So that is where you can develop a budget or a tax bill that is going to apply for them. Yes.
So concerning the border sector, measuring on actual facts that we do have today, concerning the border sector, that is, on a good day, a border person will get 2,000 shillings, Kenyan shillings. And on a bad day, it's 500 shillings, 500 to 600 shillings. And also the expense that is incurred by the border person, you always fuel the border daily on 250 shillings. And that is 125cc border. And also a county fee, that is the Kanjo fee, that is 300 Kenyan shillings per month. And also cleaning the border 100 shillings. Insurance per annum, that is 3,500 Kenyan shillings. If you look at all these expenses and the amount the border guy is earning per day, the expense is too more than what he's earning. So what message does the government should consider to ensure that the little amount the person is getting per day, also remembering he or she as a family, you need to cater for, you need to bring food at the end of the day. So what measures shall the government put in place to ensure they are not infringing the rights of the poor?
Okay, let me start by what I've just said, that the government is using the wrong figures, just as you have used a wrong figure when it comes to fueling of these motorbikes. You can't tell me that 200 shillings is enough for this person to run his business the whole
per day. That's the 200 shillings because the fuel prices are low. That's on the border, the actual figures you have from the border person who we have interacted with.
How many liters, how much is 1 liter of fuel
that is
right
now? Liter of fuel.
Okay.
No, I don't have the correct figures about it.
Okay. 200 shillings is not enough for a border. Even you can ask them in town, because the government is taxing these guys according to estimations that they are doing, but it is not the correct figures that they are getting from these border people. You'll find that these border people are fueling their motorbikes even 500 shillings. That will work for a full day.
I think so, it depends on the CC of the motorbike.
Okay, yes. It depends, but
that is the assumption concerning 125cc, because there are different CCs for motorbike.
I will not agree with you, but from the information that I have from the ground, these people use even to 500 shillings to fuel their motorbikes a day. That is 500 shillings. This person hasn't paid the
fees.
The fees.
The county fee.
Yeah, the county fee. He hasn't bought any food, even catering for the
families,
children's school fees. The school fees is also in that 2,000 Kenyan shillings. So why do the government want to tax this person more and he's getting less? You know. So the good advice that maybe he can give, or my own opinion that I can give out, is that let the government first go to the ground, ask these people the amount of money they are getting, the taxes that they are paying. Then when you now have the balance that this guy is remaining with, that is when you can know, am I taxing the right person the right way, or I'm taxing the right person the wrong way? You know.
Okay. To Emmanuel Molindo, you'll agree with me. Increasing the fuel price, that is the road maintenance levy that Kipchumba, CS Transport, Kipchumba Murkomen was proposing at the floor of the House, will increase the prices of commodity, because the transport, if you increase the prices concerning the petroleum levy and also the road maintenance levy, the person transporting the goods will in turn like to increase the price. In turn, the consumer at the end of the day will need to go in deeper to his or her pocket in order to get the food on the table.
Kindly come up with that question, because to my own thinking, if they improve the maintenance of our road, then everything and the activities become smooth.
No, increasing the prices on the levy in turn increase the prices of commodity, because the transportation from one point to another point will increase.
Okay, definitely, if they increase everything, the transportation will also increase. Yes. Because I cannot get my commodity, let's say from Nairobi up to Nakuru, then I'm being charged a certain amount than before. Then I come and sell my goods at the same price. Definitely I have to increase my price. So it will alter every price of the commodity at the market, the supermarket. So we shall find the increase in
prices.
Yeah.
So the consumer will need to go in deeper to their pockets.
Yeah, the consumers have to face it roughly.
So going next to the budget, that is the budget year 2024-2025, concerning they are targeting to get 3.9 trillion and project revenue, that is 3.3 trillion, and also borrowing deficit, that is 5.9 trillion. And also going to the key sectors, the gain and the misses about the budget, that is, those who have gained as those who are using M-Pesa transfers, and also the cement clinker by reducing the taxes on it, and the prices which have been increased, that is on the taking of wine that have increased. Measuring on the key ministries which they have allocated, that will start with the health ministry receiving 127 billion. To Brian Kipkela, the health ministry receiving 127 billion, what does it mean to the Ministry of Health?
First, it is a good move because it is an increase. An increase because recently we have seen, I think from February or March, we have had the doctor strike for almost 2 months, claiming that they haven't been paid, even the interns, going to an extent of the CS, saying that we cannot pay interns because they are learning, they are learning. And these are the people that are giving services to the government, even for extra hours. So for me, when it comes to health, these are very crucial docket that needed a good amount of money that the government has allocated. So for me, if it is going to be used in the right manner, because that is the problem, that is where the problem comes in. Even the 2022 budget, it was an addition,
Yes.
It was not reduced, it was an addition. But you'll find that in the end, the doctors were still on the road, strikes concerning their salaries not being paid for even 6 months, So if this money is going to be used in the right manner, then it is an addition to the health sector.
The health sector.
Yes.
So Emmanuel Mulindo, concerning the allocation of 127 billion to health, in past cases you have seen hospitals sending their patients to go to nearby chemist to buy drugs which have been prescribed by the hospital lacking the drugs. By receiving this chunk of money, will it go and solve the problem which are in the health sector?
I'm certain, sure that definitely it will solve these issues. And if I have just a recap about what is happening on our hospitals, you'll find out that there was this allocation of drugs has been there, but due to corruption, you'll find that doctors or the personnel dealing with the drugs, they find it, they steal the drugs, they go and sell it outside there. So you'll not find our sick people will lack this medicine. So through this, if we can cover our corruption, then the allocation of funds being given, we can do very well, and our sick people will have the medication.
Next to concerning the next ministry, that's the Education Ministry, receiving 656.6 billion shillings. The key is because over past we have seen JSS teachers striking, and the allocation of 656.6 billion shillings will in turn help the JSS teachers and running of school activities, because over a late time, the principals of high school were saying that they'll need to go early for their midterm break because they are lacking funds to make the school go on.
First, I'll just go back to the government. I'll just go back to striking the government because I think the information that we feed the media and going to the public that we are leading is not the right information. Because I remember that day when the principals were saying that they'll close schools early for midterm because of lack of food and even some lack of water, because the government hasn't given the money for this. And you'll find the CS saying, the education CS saying that schools have food, schools have money to cater for their water, and even for these students to learn. But when you come to things in reality, these people have no food, you know, these people have no food. So the government allocating, that is 656
0.6
billion for the education sector, it is an improve because it will cater for this food. I've heard that the government is now coming up with the initiative of feeding the school students, and also to cater for the water and the salary for the teachers. If this is what I'll repeat again, if this money is going to be used in the right way, it is going to help. Because the problem with our Kenyan government, we keep on adding funds to these people without actually having a strategy on how the money in the previous budget was used. You know? So we keep on adding. So if we have these people who are corrupting that docket, it means that we are adding money to their pockets. You know, we are adding money to their pockets. So in education sector, if this money is going to be used to actually pay these teachers, to actually feed these children, we will not have situation where schools are closing early because of lack of food, and teachers are going back to the roads to lifting these banners because of lack of their salaries.
Concerning those the allocations being allocated to Ministry of Education, that the TSC gets 358.2 billion, and also basic education, that is 142.3 billion. Higher education, that is HELB, receives 128 billion, and TVETs receive 30.7 billion. Free primary educations, that is 9.1 billion, and also free day secondary, 61.9 billion. JSS receives 30.7 billion, and also the conversion of permanent and pensionable teachers, that is 46 that were mentioned, that is 46,000 teachers, that is allocation of 30.7 billion. The feeding program that Brian Kipkel was speaking about, that is 3 billion shilling. Emmanuel Mulindo, concerning the education sector, over a few days, we have seen the striking teachers of JSS were sacked, and allocating the 30.7 billion and the conversion of the 46,000 teachers to permanent and pensionable, the allocation is 30.7 billion. Will the Ministry of Education go back and recall the letters of sacking those JSS teachers, because they have already allocated the money the JSS teachers were demanding?
What I can say is that there was no need for them to be sacked, because they're also fighting for their rights.
Yes.
They have the families to feed, and they also have the bills to pay, you see? So it wasn't a good move to sack them. And another thing is that sometimes we find the government delays with the funds of these people, and you'll find out that they also need to eat, they also need to put on clothes. So my concern is that when they're being allocated this money, it should be given or in advance or allocated to these fields much earlier for the activities to be run smoothly.
Yes. Going next to agriculture, that is the agriculture sector receiving it 4.9 billion shillings. They have allocated 10 billion for fertilizer subsidy program, and locust emergency, that is 2.5 billion, and enabling youth and women affairs in agriculture, that is 2.4 billion. Brian Kipkela, over past some few months ago, we are seeing fertilizer scandal. Yet, yes, the government was saying that it was not the problem was not with the government, but the people who are supplying fertilizers. And the government goes ahead giving out the fertilizer subsidy program, that is the 10 billion shillings. What will it result to the Ministry of Agriculture?
This is good news to the farmers first.
Yes.
This is good news to the farmers. But we have one problem with our Kenyan government, because recently we have had the scandals
Yes.
of fake fertilizers, and as we can speak now, that case is still pending.
Yes.
Why? It is the goons that it is the majority of the people in the government that were associated with this one, you know?
The scandal.
Yeah, this scandal. But none of them is trying to push this case forward, you know? It is just being settled so that with time, things will get better and these people will come back to their offices, you know? Now, when it comes to the subsidy of these fertilizers,
Yes.
you'll find that the government is announcing a subsidy when it comes to fertilizers. But when you go to these
the rural,
shops buying these fertilizers,
Yes.
you'll find that this subsidy is not the actual subsidy that the government announced.
It's giving out.
You know, it is not the price that these farmers are getting fertilizers with. You know, so if the government is saying is giving a 10 million is it
10 billion, 10 billion, yes.
billion subsidy of
Yes, 10 billion
fertilizers,
yes.
then it is going to, if it is going to apply for the farmers, then it is an improve for the agricultural sector and also to our farmers, local farmers.
To Emmanuel Mulindo, concerning the 84.9 billion shilling allocated to Ministry of Agriculture, over past, the government is trying to seek food security in the country. And over in the past, there was a heavy rain experienced in Kenya, and the waters, the floods were not preserved because it will come to a time when there will be drought. So allocating the fertilizer subsidy to the farmers, local farmers, and also not mitigating the problem of drought, will it solve the food security in Kenya?
Definitely it will, since you'll find the farmers will at least have that capital
Yes.
to purchase the fertilizer, and they should plant more crops.
Yes.
Yeah, so it will help the farmers. Yeah.
That's the next ministry to be allocated. That is the security ministry, receiving 219.4 billion shillings, receiving a huge chunk also. To Brian Kipkela, concerning this allocation to the security, what is the priority that the security, the minister in charge of security, should consider first doing with the budget allocation of 219.4 billion shillings?
Okay, first, it is the best strategy
Yes.
that is going to apply when it comes to this budgeting. Maybe if I can just go back to whatever Mula was answering
Yes.
about the farmers getting an improve when it comes to these fertilizers.
Yes.
It is true they are getting, they are going to get this one, but you realize that the government is taxing more and also adding this budget. So at the end you'll find that nothing has been added. It is a farmer that is going to be taxed more. Just same to the security sector. We found that we have been struggling so much when it comes to banditry, when it comes to our police not being paid, because in the recent case we saw during Madaraka Day in is it Bungoma?
It was in
Yes,
Bungoma.
yes.
Bungoma, yes.
Bungoma.
We saw our police officers being fed with bread and maziwas,
And
standing
sodas.
the whole day. You know, that is actually a very bad picture when it comes to our security sector. So this money that has been allocated to the security sector, let it apply to our police officers. Let them be paid good money. You know, because I think this corruption that we are finding on the roads, marupurupu things that we are finding our police into, it is because of the bad payments. You know, now because we have the good budget allocated for the security sector now, I think the government have to plan on how it is going to pay the police officers, how it is going to place the police officers to these banditry affected areas, so that it will bring an improve. Yes, it will not end up this all scandal, but let it bring an improve to show that yes, this budget was an improve and the services are improving. Yes.
Concerning what you are saying concerning the Madaraka Day, I think so. Lastly, we dive in deeply to the police sector concerning that scandal and how their life is about that. To the security sector also, Mr. Mulindo, over past, you have seen the Interior Minister, that is CS Kindiki, acquiring new arms of security in order to prevent the banditry menace in the Kerio Valley. And also, if you dive deeply to the Ministry of Security, is there a need of spending more money in buying equipment, and also the affairs of the police is not that good catered for?
Yeah, to me, they should acquire this equipment to at least to help curb insecurity in our country.
Yes.
And also, just touching what my colleague has said here, you'll find the affairs of our security personnel, it's so wanty. You'll find their living standards, their houses, and everything. They're really struggling, yet we depend on them to keep security in our country.
Yes.
So this equipment, we need them to help maintain our security status. And also, there should also be money catered for them, at least to boost their morale in doing their job.
Also, moving next forward, that is the CDF, NGCDF, receiving 63.0 billion shillings. Now, Brown Kipkel, concerning the allocation of CDF, the members of parliament are allocating more funds to their constituency, and yet there's no one who have come to the accountability part of it. What they have been doing with it for the past financial year is just the moment of just increasing, or there's some money is going into the pockets of the members of parliament, or is it going to the development of communities and their constituency parts? You'll agree with me, because increasing more funds to CDF, that shows that the members of the constituency are expecting more development at their constituency level.
Okay. That is not a problem to the Kenyan government, because it has become like a culture where you're being allocated money, but no one is going to follow what you've done. So this will give them a time to relax, because at the end of the day, they know that this money is going to be added to their pockets.
Yes.
But no one is going to ask, you know. Yesterday on social media, on Twitter, I saw so many people when the contacts were shared for the MPs. They were asking them, what have you done?
Yes.
What have you done in your constituency? And at the end of it, we know you are going to say yes to the finance bill 2024, 2025. This is because they know they are going to get good money. You know, they are going to get good money. But when you ask these people that are tweeting in social media, these are the actual people that are there in the ground, you know, in the community. And they are the one who know what has been done. So yesterday I was seeing even the MPs being told that you have never spoken any word in the parliament. You have never spoken any word when it comes to the community projects, you know. But you'll be the first one to say yes to the finance bill, you know. So the government should look, but for me, I don't have so much trust when it comes to the government making a follow-up of these people. Because what happens is, when you are a Kenya Kwanza MP,
member,
yeah, no one is going to make you lose your job because you haven't done anything in your constituency, you know. So this is like a shield to them, because the coalition that they are is going to protect them. Yeah.
So, Emmanuel Mulindo, concerning what Brian Kipkel is saying, being a member of Kenya Kwanza, that is the UDA, mostly the UDA and the parties which are inside there, makes you to be bold and also feel proud being the government. Will agree with me, because coming 2027, a lot of members of parliament will go home concerning different mistakes and the choices they have made that make the Kenyan people to feel the pain at the end of the day.
Okay, I'll answer you that in a bit. I'm just echoing what my colleague has said.
Yes.
And I'm also backing up this motion that's going on. 1 man, 1 vote,
One
and
shilling.
1 shilling. Whereby you'll find in our CDF allocation of these funds, the members in this constituency, they're not the same number. The people maybe in Nyeri, people maybe in Bungoma, in Nakuru. You'll find the people in Nyeri, the more than the people in Nakuru. You see? But we're being given same allocations of this money to fund our constituency. You find it is very hard because if you give a person in Nyeri or Northeastern, okay, give a person in Nyeri, maybe say that 1 billion, and you also give a person in Northeastern 1 billion.
Same figure.
The same figure. You see, it does not even add up. In Nyeri, there are many. And in Northeastern, there are few.
So then with this, then they were saying that 1 man, 1 vote, 1 kilometer. So if you say some places to be given 1 man, 1 vote, 1 shilling. Others are proposing 1 man, 1 vote, 1 kilometer.
No, we should go with the 1 man, 1 vote, and 1 shilling. At least we shall help the constituencies that have the highest number of people compared to the other constituencies.
I think so. Before the members of parliament cite on concerning the 1 man vote, 1 man, 1 vote, 1 shilling. I think so. They should look for a committee to go back to the constituency, various constituency, to look the allocation which has been giving out every financial year, what it has done to various constituency. Then come back now and see the denser, the more the people in this constituency, they have received this and this, and the money that was given to these constituencies, there are few, but where are the rest, the balance of the money, where are they going to? So I think so before considering that 1 man, 1 vote, 1 shilling, the members of parliament themselves should look for a committee to go back and look at the funds, what he has done to various communities, so that when they come back, they say now, as a devolution, we have seen that this proposal will go ahead with it. Brian Kipkel, concerning also the CDF, lately you have been seeing students not accessing fee to go to schools, and the allocation is being increased. What is the allocations for?
I think it is what I've just answered some few minutes ago, that our MPs are being given money, but we don't see relevant things that they are doing in the community, you know. We have kids that are sent home because of lack of school fees, you know, and you'll find even less than 5,000 Kenyan shillings, you know, but the government cannot step in and cater for the school fees of these kids, you know. So one thing that the government should be conscious of when it comes to allocation of this budget, especially for the MPs, you know, what have you done in your instead of running this notion of 1 man, 1 shilling, 1 vote, you know, let them first give, let them come up with a notion where an MP is being given money according to what you have done and the plans that you have. You know, this will make them ask for more funds and do a lot.
And implement.
You know? Yeah.
I think so. The problem with the government, they themselves, they are the watchdog, and they themselves are doing the projects. So the problems of accountability, it's somehow not good, because they are themselves who are also disbursing the bus, and they're increasing the gap, also increasing the money in the various constituencies. But they themselves also, they're supposed to watch over misappropriation of funds.
That is where the problem comes in, because you'll never be a watchdog and you're the one giving these funds. You know, because for me, if I do something wrong today, I'll not say that I've done. It is you who is seeing whatever I'm doing that is supposed to say, Brian, you're not doing this right. You know, you would have done this one, and you haven't done this one, because this is what comes first. You know, so I cannot be my own watchdog and also be the one doing these projects. There is no day that I'm going to give myself a less credit to say that I didn't do this right.
To always be a tick.
But it is the people that are out there, it is the opposition that is out there that is seeing whatever I've done, and to measure the amount of work that I've done for them.
Concerning Emmanuel Molindo, concerning what Brian Kelal said about Kenyans expressing their own feelings, mostly at the X, that's the formerly known as Twitter, texting the members of parliament. What message is it sending to the members of parliament? Also yesterday, when at the Treasury's building, there was a Kenyan who was trying to approach Njuguna Ndung'u, that's the CS of Treasury, concerning this finance bill. What message does it send to the members of parliament?
Definitely, once the allocation is done, it is final. So each member of parliament supposed to bring out, the way just Mr. Brian said, his plan, the goal that he wants to achieve for his constituency. So they should put up something like, how can I put it? The members of parliament should come with the plan strategically that will help each constituency of their own to improve or to build or to create at least the funds that each member will benefit from this government's funds.
Yes.
Rather than just going there down, sit, others are being paid only to sign the bill so that they pass it.
They pass it.
Keeping in mind that it also hurts the normal mwananchi.
Their constituents are back. Yes.
Okay,
So,
maybe to add on whatever Mula is saying.
yes.
Yesterday you saw that man jumping to the
Yes.
photo session.
Yes.
It is because we Kenyans, common wananchi, we know what we are going through. You know, even the government, when they are adding funds to these sectors to help us,
Yes.
deep down we know that this bill is going to affect us. Why? We are not going to get these funds. The taxes are rising. So when you see them doing that, it is because they know the reality of things when it comes to the ground. Because yesterday, I saw an MP who is so rude online. And this is the same character that they are deploying when it comes to the reality.
Yes.
Telling wananchi, simkufe bas.
So that is mocking the normal person.
Yes, simkufe bas. Wacha kwanza tuwafinye na hii ndio tujue vile kunaenda, you know. And this is a leader who is speaking these words, you know.
Yes.
And saying that a certain community is not paying tax. So we increase tax for you so that you suffer more. You know, these are the leaders that we actually elected who are speaking when it comes to social media. And these are the words that they are bringing back to the ground.
To the ground.
So it is not really good picture for our MPs. Because I also understand that the numbers that they shared yesterday online, if you call that number, you're not going to get them.
Yes.
Yeah.
So concerning that's the members of parliament, I think so as Kenyans, we need to come up and speak about this, because we must come up and say that even the members of parliament and all the government ministers, there's a time now they should reduce their salaries. So to come up, because others are receiving almost to 1,900,000, 700,000, 600,000, 500,000. I think so it's a time we should have a discussion on how they should cut their salaries, so that they can feel what the common person feeling. Because when their salaries are being raised each and every day, because there was a figure they were saying they expected the salaries to increase, and the normal mwananchi salary is not being increased. The person who had almost 30,000 5 years ago is still having that 30,000, and the taxes are keeping on increasing. And also the members of parliament are receiving allowances. Also the fuel, they are being fueled, their budgets, everything concerning their budgets, they are being catered by the government. So I think so concerning what the members of parliament they should do, we should have now a talk concerning them reducing their salaries. Now, moving on to the expenditure, that's the expenditure side, the way they are spending their money, looking to control of budget, that is Margaret Nyakango report, the way he said concerning the expenditure side. That the first one we look on the travels and ministry departments, agencies. The first one, they gave out the figure that is the domestic, they are using 12.3 billion, and foreign that is 5.85 billion. The total climbs to 18.5 billions. Emmanuel Molindo, concerning the expenditure side, will agree with me because a lot of members of parliament that may be MCAs, MPs, ministers, the president, the deputy president, they're always going for foreign trips and also the domestic trips. What should it do? What should they do to reduce their expenditures concerning their local trips and foreign trips?
What I would love to say about that is that, you know, there are necessary trips and
Yes.
there are unnecessary trips. Whereby you'll find these government officials, they will want to go, even the unnecessary trips, only to squander our money. If we can copy from our neighbors, the country like Tanzania, the former president, the late Magufuli,
Yes.
even as we can see Samia Suluhu, they're not traveling outside each and every day. So, but our government, you'll find even the MCA wants to go benchmarking in England. MP wants to go benchmarking.
And they have not
Those are
done.
unnecessary trips.
Yes.
Whereby these funds, when is being allocated somewhere else, can do something serious.
And so concerning the MCAs, that is the control of budget, Margaret Nyakango, cited the MCAs for traveling extravagance
You see, they want to enjoy themselves in the expense
of our own
of their normal mwananchi. So these funds, they should not even be given.
They should reduce.
They should reduce. Okay, they should reduce the funds and at least cater in other fields whereby we can see its efforts, its fruits, rather than being just squandered by the members of parliament, the presidents, the deputy, going out for the unnecessary things.
Trips.
Yeah.
Brian Kipkel, concerning Emmanuel Molindo saying increasing of the taxes, reducing the taxes of, not the taxes, the budget allocation to various ministers, MCAs. The executive got 2.3 trillion and counties got 400 billion. Judiciary, that is 24.6 billion, parliamentary 44.6 billion. I think so concerning the reducing of their budgets on traveling, it's a time that we must factor in it in this financial year.
It is true, but some weeks ago I saw the member of parliament for Kiharu,
Yes.
that is indeed
Yes.
Nyoro, explaining about this money that has been allocated to counties. But this government is like they are allocating these budgets to themselves. It is like kupea mwili pole, you know, kupea mwili pole because of the campaigns and the struggles that they had during campaigns. Because there is no budget that has been given out which is going to help a common mananchi. No. And this is the total opposite of whatever they deliver during campaigns. You know, these trips that they are having. Our president yesterday left to Italy and again to Switzerland.
Yes.
Thereafter. And he's the main speaker of these events.
Yes.
But in his own country, Kenya, we are suffering, you know, we are suffering, but you'll not get a single word from our president speaking about this budget and how it is pressing a common wananchi down, you know. So the government, before allocating these budgets for extravaganza things for MCS, let them be given this money after they have done something.
Concerning the budget, the traveling, the president traveling, back in Kenya, he said that they are going to cut budget concerning their traveling abroad. Also, the way he was quoted back when he was saying some other meetings outside Africa, he should just send a delegation. Not all the African presidents should go, but him himself is just on the championship of just going to those meetings. So he's living accordance to our own means because he's preaching water and drinking wine.
Yeah, and these are dreams that will never come true.
Yes.
These are dreams that will never come true. We used to read these set books when we were in high school, and we thought it is just the sayings of these writers.
Yes.
But we have come to realize that it is the true, or it is the real reflection of what is happening in this society. You know?
Concerning those set books, I think so.
Yeah. I saw a certain quote. Watoto wa miaka 50 watoto wa miaka 50. It is like you are a slave in your own country, you know. You're a slave in your own country, and this is what these taxes are driving us into, because it is driving a common mwananchi, a person who is in the middle stage, to the lowest bottom, where you cannot even afford for your needs, you know.
Concerning the set books, I think so one of the set books that we used in high school, that's Kigogo, which focuses on uongozi mbaya. So I think so you're experiencing uongozi mbaya. Even to the next topic, we are saying uongozi mbaya. That is concerning over 200 million police fraud during Madaraka Day. So this is concerning the police during, that is a program. This is a news which was being given by the nation media, NTV, saying that 102 police deployed to the Madaraka Day that was held in Bungoma. They lacked, what they were saying, they lacked ceremonial uniforms which they had to borrow to their colleagues. They lacked allowances. The allowances which were given out, they didn't receive any allowance. And also the funny thing, they signed off chicken, which they never ate, the way it was said. They ate bread and milk, and yet they signed for the chicken they never ate. Also, when they express their own concerns concerning what they are going through, they are being threatened by being given transfer letters. And also they claim not to receive payments concerning the Kakamega celebration, which was held some years backward. And also the last thing, the efforts of the nation media reaching to the National Police Services did not bear any fruits. Emmanuel Molindo, concerning the police services, with the signed chicken, which they never ate.
Okay, let me say this. Our police officers, actually, they're really suffering.
And yet you're expecting to send them to Haiti.
To Haiti, of which I'm 100% sure they'll not survive there. I'm not survive there. Yeah, truth to be told,
yes.
by the way, our officers are really suffering. Go to the ground, look at their living, look at the condition on how they are working on. That only indicates how they are really suffering. You'll find them forcing people to be given, they take corruption each and every day. If not on the roads, traffic, even just in town, streets, you'll find them, they're really struggling to force that mwananchi to give them something of which they haven't done a mistake, or they're forcing a mistake to be seen, so that they get money from that person. They're really suffering. So our government at least should look up to them. Yeah, at least they raise their living standard. Only then it will help.
It will help a lot, because to Brian Kipkela, concerning these concerns over which was reported by nation media, that is the 20 million fraud by the National Police Service. Concerning this, because we have been given an oversight of it, can we say that these challenges that they are facing through, they are making themselves, others are killing themselves because of depressions? So what should the government under the National Police Services should do to help the police service and the policemen and women in uniform?
Okay, as much as we are targeting so much to the police sector, this will apply to every other service in Kenya, you know, because the Kenya Kwanza government, this has been a tactic to make these people be silent or be quiet whenever they bring out their grievances, because this police, the people that they signed, that they ate
chicken
and
they never ate.
Yeah, and the good services, you'll find that when they are going to ask for this money, if one of them is coming out to speak of whatever happened, these people are highly going to lose their jobs.
Yes, because they are saying they'll be threatened by transfer letters.
Yes, and that happened also to our teachers. When they were they were being told, if you're not going to school by Monday, you're going to lose your job.
Also applies to the doctors. Yes.
Same case to our doctors. If you're not going to report to your duties on Monday, you're going to lose your job.
Yes.
You know? So because this person is not, this person is not willing to lose the job because of the current situation in Kenya. they'll just agree to go back. They'll go back, but in their minds, they are so depressed, you know, stressed up, because they cannot cater for their needs. And this is what will drive them to what you say, depression. Others will kill themselves because these people are having a lot of debts, you know. I'm very sure those police that were taken to Bungoma, I'm very sure that there is this police that borrowed money from a friend because of the money that they were told we'll give you as allowances. You know?
Because
they borrowed this money.
Setting it on that, there's a claim they lacked ceremonial uniform, which they had to borrow from their colleagues. They were expecting to be given new suits because they said that other forces were being given new clothes and new uniforms. But when it came to them, they were told to borrow from their colleagues.
That is really a very bad picture, because I believe that the government should put the first priority to the security sector.
Yes.
You know, to the security sector, because I believe that Kenya is what it is today because of these people. You know, so why don't we treasure what is so much important to us before we come back to these trips that we are having? These are a lot of funds that we are giving to our MCAs, our counties, and we are not seeing anything. Let them prioritize the crucial services first. Yeah.
That has been Brian Kipkela saying to the government they should consider allocating to the important ministry, like the security ministry, proper funding so that they can able to carry out their normal day duties. That has been the talk, the week review concerning the budget 2024-2025. Also remember that the Kenya Power have introduced the new system of upgrading their token. So please remember to update your token before August. The deadline is on August. That has been the weekly review with Emmanuel Ngeno. Thank you.